slow down?
What the fuck is happening? This is the Kino Casino, May 11th, 2026, aka Jermageddon. Now, I've said that a lot, but it just keeps getting worse, as the clickbait YouTube thumbnails would tell you. But this time, it isn't the fucking nothing burger. This time, every single fucking day, not just every day, every hour, every quarter fucking hour, the entire story is changing. Like, the title that says "Quartering deletes Twitter" is out of date. Do you know? It's not the biggest happening that fucking happened.
That's in
the last 24 hours. Like, it's yesterday's news, you know? Like, today's news is yesterday's fucking news. Like, there's news going on right now.
We extended the intro. With
because I had to get all of these DMs that Sydney Watson dropped on Jeremy Hambley. That the DM drop ended, folks, because Jeremy Hambley is blackmailing Sydney Watson right now with threats of lawsuits, doxing family members, potential violence. Like, who the fuck knows? And you gotta wonder, like, who is this man? Like, he has the ability to just take down YouTube videos with a snap of his fingers. He has the ability to silence Me Too victims with just a simple phone call or text message. And make no mistake, folks, that's 100%, in my opinion, allegedly, what the fuck happened tonight. Because Camelot's leaking all of these DMs exposing that Jeremy has been blackmailing Sydney Watson for years. He screwed her over in their business dealings, just completely fucked her. He was creepy with her in public. There are recordings of Jeremy Hambley that Sydney Watson made that God fucking knows, and the tape was due to be released tonight, folks. We were promised that the audio recording of Jeremy Hambley being creepy, he was drunk, who the fuck knows, was going to be dropped tonight, completely exposing him.
By the way, shocking that Sydney he was doing that.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we all knew. It was an open secret. Yeah, exactly. Just like it was with Harvey Weinstein. And that's what we're dealing with here tonight, folks, is the Harvey Weinstein and Ghislaine Maxwell of the right wing. In the quartering Jeremy Hambley and Chris. They're finished. They're cooked.
That Chrissy Mayor show. What the fuck?
Chrissy.
How do you fumble? Like, just go, I fucked up, I lied, I was panicking, fuck those guys.
Because she had a job lined up with the quartering, and quartering has announced today, guys, Hannah Claire Brimelow's done. She's resigned. She's not showing up for work. He said until the midterms. So she's gone till November?
Or
it's the same lie. It's the same lie we were told about Luke, where Luke went up to the farm upstate to run around in the hay patch and play with all the fun animals, and he would be back by the midterms too. And we've received no update on that. Jeremy Hambley was alone today. Yeah, that's where Luke is. Luke had the best timing in the world when he got out of this flaming shit heap Titanic fucking disaster in the nick of time, last plane out of fucking Saigon, like out of this basically unscathed.
We even said, I think you said before he left, you're like, Luke, you're better than this. You have to go before it all.
And he was. And he was better than this. And he did go. Hannah Claire's out of there. I don't think we're seeing her again. No. Melanie Mack, conspicuous by her absence today. You'd figure if Hannah Claire was going to bail and not show up, even though Melanie doesn't typically work Mondays, she could have done her boss the solid of standing by her after she made the whole mess much worse on Chrissy Mayer's show and basically sunk Chrissy Mayer's entire career. Although you can't even blame Melanie Mack because Chrissy had so many opportunities to save it. And she fucked herself so badly. And tonight, folks, you're going to see clinically, surgically, precisely an expose of Chrissie Mayr that just destroys all of her narratives. Chrissy knew. Chrissy knew. She knew the whole time before she had the interview with Melanie Mack on the 22nd of April, a full 2 weeks before the interview. She was on a live stream, a public live stream with Nina Infinity and this ebony gentleman. Okay. And on this live stream, it was revealed to her the entire situation with the quartering. Basically all of it. Literally. And not only, and it's all public. The live stream is still available. I'm going to show everybody the live stream. I'm going to show you the clips of the situation being explained to Chrissy Mayor. And then I'm going to show you Nina Infinity practically in tears as she explains to Camelot how Chrissy lied and lied and lied to her and fucked her over. And she lied to Brittany Venti. She lied about Brittany Venti. And she's lied to multiple creators in DMs. Creators that she works with on a regular basis. By the way, we won't name names.
No.
They're free to come forward and expose the truth. But Chrissy lied to multiple panelists on Friday Night Tights about the situation. And Camelot exposed the whole fucking thing. He says in the DMs, Chrissy Mayor admitted that she knew about the whole controversy with Melanie Mack. She knew about the whole thing beforehand, and she did it and played dumb for money. Woo! She wanted the money. She wanted the clout. And now we know that she was sweeping probably because Hannah Claire Brimelow put in her 2 weeks notice just a few weeks ago. And the job was coming up to be on the quarter cast, to be paid $500 a show for a couple of hours of sitting there and telling Jeremy he's so sexy and nodding her fucking head. And she wanted that position. And it looks like she's going to get that position based on what Jeremy Hambley is saying on his show today. The whole conspiracy is being blown wide open.
Beyond.
The developments just continue. Folks, I thought the headline today, when we first started prepping this show over the weekend, the big headline is Jeremy Hambley banned from the Renaissance Fair. Whoa, buddy.
That was
Jeremy
Saturday morning.
Hambley banned from the Renaissance Fair, which is a crazy development.
A crazy show, by the way.
Any other day, that would be the main event.
The greatest
top
show ever.
headline. This is amazing. We're feasting, bros. We're winning. Hambley's defeated. Quartering's destroyed. Because that Renaissance Fair is one of his favorite things in the world, he says. Him and his wife go 5-6 times a year, nearly every weekend during the summer. And because of his creepy behavior that was uncovered in a multiple-hour stream where he was perving on women and children and making families uncomfortable with his drunken, foolish antics while his wife was with the bull doing God properties managed by that Renaissance Fair, which means he can't even go to the one in Chicago. He can't go to the one in LA. He can't go to any of the 4 properties they manage. Like the entire Midwestern Renaissance Fair, it's over for Jerry.
Bye.
Then Jeremy Hambley decided that rather than focus on the evil Nazi trolls of Kino Casino, which it's easy to paint us as the bad guys. You know, it's very easy to go, holy fuck, these guys are cruel and they're assholes and they're making fun of things that they shouldn't and they're transgressing boundaries and they're edgy and oh my God,
and we say, right? You know what?
Instead of going after us, he goes after the most popular panel show in his own entertainment fucking
field genre.
Yes. Yo. The anti-woke content. He goes after Friday Night Tights. Goes after Gary, a nice guy that nobody has anything bad to say about, who doesn't want to deal with drama. And the whole reason Chrissy wasn't invited to the show on Friday was because she fucked up and created unnecessary drama that was then going to fuck over everybody else on the panel because a bunch of people are rightfully pissed off because Chrissy Mayor, Jeremy Hambly, and Melanie Mack are pissing on people's hands and telling them it's fucking raining. They're telling people that 2 + 2 = 5. They're telling people that the chocolate ration was increased from 50 grams to 40 grams. They're telling us things that we just know aren't so, and they won't give anyone a platform to speak against it. Anyone who speaks against it is banned, gaslit, fucking wrote off as a woke leftist troll.
Wait, Ash. This
shit is
why weren't
crazy.
you allowed on her show? Why weren't you allowed on Chrissy's show?
I wasn't allowed on Chrissy Mayer's show. I was screaming to go on that show.
But she said no. But why can't you go on her show?
Because we're banned from YouTube.
Whoa.
But I'm not. But I'm not.
Who?
But we're going to show the receipts of the lies. When she says that she can't have anyone that's banned on, she had Ethan Ralph on.
And he's been banned a million times.
To have Ethan Ralph, who's double, triple, quadruple banned from the platform, known doxer, known swatter, known actual harasser, has
Woman
restraining
beater.
orders against him in real life, has beaten women on camera. She's willing to platform that guy. Also, she's platformed a ton of people who have been banned from the platform, like Cecil Says, et cetera, right?
Yep.
She's willing to, but she won't platform me, who isn't actually banned from the platform, right? Because she was scared. She didn't want to be held accountable, because the first thing I was going to say to Chrissy Mayor when I got on, do you expect us to believe you have fucking Alzheimer's?
Yeah.
Because you were just on a live stream 2 weeks ago where the whole thing was explained to you. And not only that, Nina Infinity, who is not a drama monger, who is not a troll, who is trying her best to be a professional political commentator with integrity, okay? Like she's in tears about how you lied to her, how not only did she explain it to you in public, but afterwards, for over an hour on the phone, outlined every single bloody detail of this entire situation with receipts. And you were on board as having known that Jeremy did this shit. And then when it came for your live stream, by the way, Nina also warned you in the hours leading up to your live stream not to do it. That if you were going to do it, you needed to have questions to press Melanie Mack, or it would be a disaster. And you didn't listen to her, and you lied and pretended like you had no idea what was going on. You lied to Brittany Venti. You basically admitted that you lied to Brittany Venti on the air last night without admitting that you lied, because you're just allergic to accountability. You're allergic to responsibility. And I would say typical woman moment. But this was beyond anything I've ever fucking seen before, where you're just caught in so many lies and you're given so many outs. All you had to fucking say was, I'm sorry, I panicked, I was under pressure, I wanted to protect my friend, I lied, and it was wrong, and now I'm throwing Quartering and Melanie Mack under the fucking bus. That's all you had to do.
Literally.
But instead, you were desperate to get this job working for Jeremy Hambly. For whatever this is like working at the Krusty Krab and throwing it away for the chum bucket or some fucking shit like this. Like, this is working at fucking Google. You're working at Friday Night Tights, the top brand in terms of anti-woke content in the world.
Literally.
And you decide to go to a failing program with no viewership, no support. Why? You have to wonder, what the fuck is going on here?
2 million subs plus 10,000 purchase subs every week that Jeremy adds. She checks it and goes, oh, look at the number.
That's what she thinks.
But when you look at the chats,
such a boomer.
Twitter,
She's such a boomer. She actually believes the botted numbers.
Oh.
But if you just looked at the revenue today, it was $76.
Oh.
How are you going to afford 3 full-time co-hosts making $76 a show?
Come on.
Chrissy just smells a simp mark. She smells the blood in the water. She heard the tales of Sydney Watson pocketing $250,000 off of this simp. And in her mind, she goes, woohoo, I'm hotter than Sydney. I can probably get $500,000 out of this fat poop pants fucking cock. And it's just so transparent what's going on here. And I just can't understand why. There has to be more to this.
There has to.
Doesn't there?
Well, because
there has to be more to what's going on.
Buddy, she's burning down her whole career to defend Melanie. It's like, oh, but she's my friend. Okay, but you could tell your friend that she's being a fucking retard, and shouldn't you not support deplatforming and flagging?
Ultimately, what it comes down to is that Chrissie Mayr, Melanie Mack, and Jeremy Hambley all believe that they are special, that they are anointed, that they are the mainstream, that they are the gatekeepers who get to decide who's at the cool kids club and who's not. Not only that, they get to decide what's true and what's not. They believe that the chat, no matter what evidence they see contrary to their narratives, no matter what you, the viewer at home, see with your own eyes and hear with your own ears, you must listen and believe what they say, because they have a high subscriber count, even though they actually have no real audience at all, no viewership, no engagement, no supporters. They genuinely believe that they have the clout to get away with this, and that everybody else is a nobody and a bum. They believe that Nerdrotic is beneath them. Heel versus babyface is beneath. It's completely delusional. It's because Jeremy Hambley has created this narrative around himself that he has infinite wealth and prestige and power. And they have got high on their own supply and bought into their own hype about this situation. But as we're going to find out tonight from Camelot and Sydney Watson, and apparently insiders within the Quarterings camp, Quartering's on the verge of bankruptcy. He has expenses bordering on $30,000 a month just to pay his fucking bills. And he's only making about $3,000 a month from YouTube. All of his money is in Hawk with Rumble. That's why there's $900,000 in his Rumble account, because all of his YouTube revenue, according to these sources, goes directly to Rumble. And Rumble decides at the end of the contract whether they will release it to Quartering or not. So right now, this guy's got $1 million in cash sitting there for the next 6 weeks,
and that's
until
why
this contract ends.
He has to keep streaming
he
to
has to
hopefully have it released
every single day and please the bosses at Rumble, apparently. Otherwise, he's not going to get that $1 million. Otherwise, he's not going to get the last year, 2 years, who knows how many years worth of revenue from YouTube.
By the way,
I don't know. Jeremy Hambley could come out and clear this stuff up. He could clear up the situation with Sydney Watson. He could clear up the situation with Rumble, allegedly, that's going on. He could clear up what's actually gone on with the gay op that he tried to do, framing people for flagging down his channel when he was actually drunkenly deleting videos. But he refuses to answer to any of this stuff because he genuinely believes that he's above it. That all of your concerns, the viewer at home's concerns, all of his peers and the content creation community's concerns, they're beneath him. And he doesn't have to answer. And Chrissy Mayor doesn't have to answer. And Melanie Mack doesn't have to answer, as they all rely on you to pay their fucking bills. I don't know where they believe that the audience is in service to them and not them in service to the audience. You're actually supposed to entertain and inform your audience. You're not supposed to gaslight.
He's below Quartering.
You're not supposed to gaslight your audience and piss in their fucking mouths and tell them it's sweet tea. This is just crazy. This is what they genuinely believe.
Jer feels like he can. By the way, I was saying earlier that I called it because you were like, is he making $20K a month on YouTube? I did the math. I said generously $4,000 a month. So when we hear $3,000 a month, it fucking makes perfect sense. And how Jer doesn't look at these numbers and go, it's over.
Apparently,
it's over. I got to end this.
Mortgage alone is $10,000 a month.
How?
That's what apparently his mortgage is alone.
How?
He built this house in the middle of nowhere in rural Wisconsin during COVID, when the building materials are super, super expensive. And not only that, he took out a home equity line of credit for $300,000 at 7.5%. And that's public record that that's the case, that home equity loan. So he's got 2 mortgages on that fucking property. He's got a property tax bill of 10 grand a year or more, which he told us all was the fucking case. He's got massive maintenance bills. He's got staff to pay. He's got apparently Pokemon cards that he's buying, all of this stuff. He's buying advertisements on YouTube to prop up his channel. He is spending so much money, and he spent so much money that I believe the cupboards are bare. I believe that he is just maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe less, a matter of months away from a complete and utter financial crisis and collapse. And so I imagine that's why he's acting the way that he's acting, so panicked, so irrational, so crazy. Because the truth is, had he done nothing from the beginning when we were calling him a poop pants and a cuck, he would be okay. This wouldn't be happening to him.
We wouldn't be as popular as we are right now.
We've never had 15,000 live viewers ever.
Literally. Ever.
And the number just keeps going up.
And then our minimum, even like at 3 a.m, it's still like 9K at 3 a.m. Eastern.
He may not have been okay, but he might have been able to hold off this collapse for longer. But right now, the walls are completely closing in. And he refuses to communicate honestly about any of this stuff and has for over a month. And at what point will he actually get serious and start responding to this stuff? Because this isn't anymore 2 Canadian retards. Whoa, he pooped his pants. We're having serious allegations, credible allegations from his co-host and business partner of years that he's blackmailing her, threatening to dox her and her family members, screwing her over in business dealings, being sexually creepy. There's apparently recordings of him on the phone, drunk out of his mind, being a leering, creepy fucking pervert. His coffee company isn't following FDA regulations, allegedly. The packaging on the products, he hasn't put the nutritional information on that he needs to. So he's not in compliance. It still hasn't fucking happened, man.
Oh my God.
There's just
his
so
channel
much.
His channel
he's
views
lied
are
to his
actually
friends.
brutal. Like these views.
And that's his viewership has completely collapsed. His biggest source of revenue, where all this money comes from to pay for all the vanity projects, the coffee company, the live stream, even though those are black holes that put him in the red, the YouTube channel brought in so much money that he was able to paper over his failings in business elsewhere. But now, this guy, he's fucked. The viewership is in the toilet.
Oh, look at
and
this.
when you do see a video here that does get a higher view count, you can rest assured it's because this guy has purchased advertisements on YouTube to promote them. And how do we know that? Because he told us.
And we found them.
And people have seen the advertisements from him and have posted them. And we've shown it on the show. This guy is in a world of hurt. He snaked his friends, Bearing and Count Dankula. Bearing released DMs with Quartering, where Quartering admits to the flagging.
Yes!
Where Quartering admits that he did the stuff that he's been denying for weeks and making more threats to flag people down and flag down his friends. And then he takes 7 years of their hard work that they work together in different time zones to coordinate this, because Jeremy's in American Central Time and Dankula and Bearing are in Greenwich fucking Mean Time or whatever the fuck, across the ocean in England and Scotland, respectively. And they're staying up till God knows what fucking hour their time to make this podcast happen. And it had a dedicated fan base that did love that show, regardless of whatever you think about it now, with some of the comments that have come to light and some of the clips that we fucking played. Okay. And Quartering snaked these guys and deleted all of it.
But
now,
why? We all know it was archived.
It was all archived.
Like, there was no point.
It was all archived. There was no point to this Quartering. He said at first, like, the lies, they just keep compounding on each other.
Us for flagging?
These guys need to just tell the fucking truth. The first thing Quartering said, of course, was that it was flagged down by Kino Casino.
Why would we do that?
Well,
why?
It doesn't make any sense. It would be us throwing away everything.
Yeah.
You know. But what he could have done was had Teddy Feezer flag it down for him and make it somewhat believable. But this guy's brain isn't working properly. This guy's brain is fucked up, as we've shown on SSRIs and Xanax, and he's a chronic alcoholic. And so he just deleted it on his own and thought that everybody would say it's flagged down. But you can tell when a video is flagged down and when it was deleted. So when you put in the links, it said this channel has been deleted. This video has been deleted.
Not
and
this
he was
has been
caught.
removed for harassment or anything.
So then the lie becomes, oh, well, I told my editors over Signal Chat. What do you mean Signal Chat? What? You know, as an extra detail to throw in, over-explaining because he's lying. I told my editors over Signal Chat to delete this stuff for the algorithm. Okay? Then the story changes.
How does that make sense? First of all, how does that lie make sense?
Because he thought mixing live streams and videos fucked with the algorithm. So then everybody's like, that doesn't make sense. So then he changes the story again and says that he did it. And this is the real reason, even though it doesn't make any sense. He deleted it because people were making fun of him for the things that he said on that show.
Well, yeah. No shit.
That reasoning doesn't really make any sense because I personally have an archive of every single fucking episode.
He was drunk.
Varicose Veins on Kiwi Farms has an archive of every single episode and has been clipping every single episode and is almost done clipping every single episode of the show. So there's really no point to this other than it was a gay op to try and smear us as flaggers that magically it would get him out of his crimes. But it was never going to work. And then Baring and Dankula wake up in the UK in the morning and go, what the fuck have you done?
Yeah.
Jeremy, what have you done? And
Baring messaged me and he was like, what the fuck? And then I was just like, yeah, he deleted all your videos.
Quartering didn't have the balls, didn't have the testicular fortitude as a man to actually answer the DMs from Dankula and Baring. And rather than have any sort of accountability whatsoever, because again, he believes that Dankula and Baring, guys who helped him extensively, promoting him, working with him for a decade, are beneath him and not worthy of an answer. And he deleted his Twitter out of shame rather than answer his friends of over a decade. And this was all self-inflicted. He did not have to do this, but he chose to do this because he is a mentally ill basket case that is spiraling, that believes that he is a god, that he is a mafia don, that he is a king, that he is above criticism, that he is above mockery, that he has the power to not answer any questions, concerns that anyone has because he's above everybody.
They're all beneath him and he's the king. Oh, by the way, Australia, Baring's Australian. Secondly, speaking of Baring, here he is.
He's Australian? So no. Imagine now it gets even worse.
I know. I was going to say.
So you have to coordinate the Australia time zone, the British time zone, and the Central Standard Time zone.
So Baring
and Quartering flushes that all down the toilet. Fuck Jeremy Hambley.
Yeah.
Fuck Jeremy Dale Hambley of Wisconsin. Fuck him.
And look at this tweet, Ash, by Baring 18 minutes ago. Streisand effect, noun. And he's showing our view count here. It's actually at 16.2. But by the way, props on everyone who finally stepped up and went, no, no, you know what? Fuck this guy. What the
Seriously?
Fuck? You know, like they were trying their best to try to make an amicable ending to this, but there's no amicable ending to this because quartering is insane. He's a psychopath.
The thing is, if he's allowed to get away with what he's done, where he took down our clip channel by contacting his YouTube rep, he told everybody what he was going to do, both privately to Josh Moon and publicly on his Twitter timeline. And then a few days later, Andy Worski's channel, which was just reinstated by YouTube 6 months ago, found to be in good standing and no problems with it, was taken down with no explanation. The appeals that we filed are sitting there processing for fucking weeks with no answer. And then within minutes of that channel being taken down, our clip channel gets taken down for ban evasion, just like Jeremy Hambly said it would. I don't know of any other person ever, H3H3, Keemstar, that has that level of power at YouTube. Who else has that level of power at YouTube? How does he have power like this? And then we've watched in the following weeks, in the subsequent weeks, as channel after channel after channel that has criticized Jeremy Hambly has either been banned entirely, been age restricted, or received strikes. The list is endless. Mikey No More, Camelot 331, Yellow Flash, Smash JT, Rant Man. There's a lot of smaller channels as well that have also run into issues. Now today, Sydney Watson leaks DMs to Camelot 331, exposing Jeremy Hambly for creepy sexual harassment, exposing him for blackmailing her, exposing him for threatening to dox her and her family. You know, she has recordings of Jeremy Hambly drunk saying God knows fucking what. And in the middle of this being released, suddenly Sydney Watson joins a phone call with Camelot and starts recanting a lot of these accusations. She said that Jeremy Hambly's coffee was drop shipped in the DMs to Camelot. Suddenly, she's retracting that publicly on the air. She's talking about all sorts of things that she said just a day ago totally happened, now no longer happened. What happened?
Or she's unsure if they are true or whatever.
She's clearly being blackmailed by Jeremy Hambly.
Allegedly, in our opinion.
Well, it's obvious. She said that she was being blackmailed, and now suddenly she wasn't. What does that sound like? It sounds like somebody that's being fucking blackmailed. Do you know? And I'm just starting to get fucking sick of this shit. I really am. I'm tired of the sweeping. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of these people pretending that this stuff isn't going on when we all know it's going on. So, as I was saying at the beginning of this point, if we allow Jeremy Hambly to get away with taking down any channel critical of him, silencing his accusers with threats of lawsuits, threats against their family, doxing them and the people they love, and we take the boot off of his neck and we let him live to see another day, rhetorically, obviously, right? If we allow him to continue on, this is just going to happen again. That we can't tolerate him. We can't tolerate his presence. He believes that he's a mafia boss that doesn't have to play by the rules. He threatens people's families while claiming that it's his family that's under attack, even though there's no proof whatsoever that any of the victimization and harassment that he claims to have received has ever happened. And we all know what his standard was back in the day for women that said that they were being harassed, they were receiving death threats. He said, prove it. If you're going to claim that, post receipts. Jeremy Hambly claimed there was a red F-150 on his property. He claimed that his wife is living in fear and is afraid to answer the door because so many people came to his house. He has admitted to having Ring cameras on his property. He's admitted to having trail cams, and yet he has not produced one single shred of evidence that any of this is the case. Okay? And meanwhile, he's deprived our editor of his livelihood. He's blackmailing Sydney Watson. He's basically threatening all sorts of content creators with this chilling effect that if they speak out against him, they will be deplatformed. And it's unacceptable behavior. And Jeremy Hambly needs to let's be real. He needs to apologize, a groveling crying apology.
Oh, yeah.
We all know he doesn't mean it, right? We all know that he genuinely doesn't want to take accountability for his actions, doesn't want to be held responsible. But this is about humiliation. It is. This is about
dressed like a cow. He has to be dressed like a cow, a cow costume, and say that he's a cuck,
that he's a soy-filled bitch and a cuck that tried to deplatform and blackmail others into not criticizing him. Okay? He has to cry like a bitch. And why? As a deterrent to others, to show others this is what happens to you when you act in this way. Because the way that he has acted is completely egregious. Then he needs to check himself into rehab, not just for the good of everybody else around here, but for his own good. Because he's clearly an alcoholic, pill-popping lunatic that spiraled out of control. He needs to go to rehab for several fucking months and get the fuck off the internet. And then when he comes back, he can try and pick up the pieces and rebuild. And I don't think that that's a crazy thing to ask for.
That's what has to happen.
At this point, we are not going to get our clip channel back, most likely. Let's be real. We're probably not going to get that rectified. Now, we do have an update that's kind of hopeful on it tonight.
I have to. So if I may just shout this out on the chat here, our clip editor here, Kino Casino Clips on Twitter, tweeted this out, and YouTube actually replied here. So if you can click that link, retweet, and at Team YouTube in this thread, and it will help make some more noise, because now they're actually finally doing a full-blown investigation into this situation. The more eyes on this, the more people at teaming YouTube and all that stuff, the more chances that they'll see, oh shit, people are obviously upset about this, something went wrong, because obviously it's bullshit. This is complete fucking bullshit. I hate
it. Absolutely is.
By the way, him replying to Flaked, going, well, if they didn't, they should.
We're going to get into a
actually rattled
chronological timeline of events for you guys. We're going to walk you guys through everything that's happened with Jeremy Hambly up until 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. The reason we were 5 minutes late is because I was getting the Sydney Watson DMs. And by the way, Candace Owens is now speaking out against the quartering, saying that she's going to be looking into the flagging controversy and potentially covering it on her show. And Jeremy, buddy, you should have just let us make fun of you, bro, because it's gotten so much bigger than we could ever make it. We were getting 4,000, 5,000 live viewers a show. Tonight, there is 17,000 live viewers on this program in the first hour of the program. And it's not just us. It's so many people, so much bigger than us, so much more respected than us, people that are serious, people that are respected and credible, are saying the exact same things we're saying. It can't just be written off as this is the word of deranged trolls. This is the words of bullies and cyber stalkers and harassers, which was always bullshit to begin with anyway. We're a drama comedy show. Just like how Jeremy Hambly for years profited off of drama, whether it was Jack Murphy's drama, whether it was Brie Larson's drama, whether it was
videos on Brie Larson,
whether it was brigading and harassing small creators into submission. And, he cries about brigading and people come into the chat and make fun of him. But I could pull up right now 24 examples where he was begging people to go brigade on his own behalf back in the day. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander, you fucking piece of shit. The things that he has done to other people are now happening to him. And he doesn't like it because he thought that he would always be the boot. He thought he would always have the bigger platform and the bigger audience, and that he would be able to browbeat people into submission with his numbers, with his threats of doxing, with his threats of lawfare, with his threats of deplatforming. But it's not going to work anymore, Jeremy. It's not. And every single day you go without properly addressing this, it's only going to get worse. Do you understand that? Do you understand how bad that it's got? And it's not just you, you selfish piece of shit. It's everybody around you is now radioactive because of your selfish scumbag fucking actions, bro. So you got to look in the mirror. You got to take stock of what's going on. I know that you think everybody's beneath you and you're this multimillionaire king, but your entire castle is nothing but a house of cards, buddy. And two retarded fucking Canadians, one who showed his fucking asshole, one who snorted lines of coke for fucking years and did all sorts of crazy fucking shit and blew up his whole fucking life.
Amen.
You chose us as the form of your destroyer. You know that? You chose us to be the ones who destroyed you. And that's going to be the saddest thing of all, buddy. Your whole legacy brought down by two fucking clowns.
Two jesters.
Two
as June
bozos.
the King said, he goes, they are two online jesters who make fun of people. It's like, that
it couldn't be any more karmic. This is justice, Jeremy. This is punishment from God. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. You put on that cross, your $10,000 platinum crucifix, like the Pharisee you are, pretending like you're righteous and clean and washed in the blood of the Lamb and holier than all of us, a holy roller. And you hold that Bible high and high as you lie and lie. But the truth is not in you. The truth is on your Twitter timeline where cuckold porn was revealed for all in sundry to see. The truth was in your best friend, Adam Seller, the Bull's Reddit history, where it was revealed that he is an active bull in the Wisconsin swinging community, in multiple communities, hooking up with people in real life. Your best friend of over 10 years, who is constantly over at your house. We exposed it all on live stream. We exposed his criminal history, his history of abuse with women. You bring this guy around your wife, and not only that, but after it was all exposed, after there was no plausible deniability, after you admitted to Josh Moon in DMs that it was all true, all of it about your bull, you still invited him over to your house to play darts.
Like a week
you were
later.
A cuck. You creep on women. You're a pervert. Your behavior at the Renaissance Fair was disgusting. You were banned from the Renaissance Fair for a reason. You're a supposedly married man, but you talk about how you desire a younger woman than your wife. You talk about how your wife's pussy stinks to other men. You talk about how your wife walks in on you masturbating to other women. You constantly flirt with other women on your live stream. You revealed that you drank another woman's breast milk, your work wife's breast milk, on the air. That's something that you told everybody. And you said to the world that your wife was upset. I am not going to be lectured about Christianity and morality by these people. And I'm not going to take this lecture from Chrissy Mayor, who blasphemes the Virgin Mary in her cover picture on her Twitter, showing herself as the Virgin Mary and talking about how she's a new Catholic convert. You went through RCIA. You should know better than to depict yourself as the Virgin Mary. And you should know better than to platform porn stars. And you should know better than to take the name of our Lord Jesus Christ in vain, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and say that Jesus Christ would endorse deplatforming? Really? And then on your show last night, you lied and you never said that? Well, I have the clip of you saying it, and I have the clip of you lying. And I have the clip of Melanie Mack saying that once you tell one lie, you should never be trusted. So what are you going to do about that, Chrissy Mayor? What are you going to do about that? I have you on tape being told all of the things that you said you had no idea about. And these people want to lecture us about Christianity and morality and what we can do in our bedrooms, whether we're able to masturbate or not, as Jeremy Hambley masturbates to cuck porn in public. This is what's going on, and it's going to have to stop. We're tired of this shit. People on the right wing are tired of these shameless, cynical, pathetic grifters who can't even be bothered to keep up a front of righteousness. They're just publicly degenerates with one hand, and in the other hand, they hold up the Bible. Enough is enough. Fuck off. Stop using my religion, the religion of 2 billion people worldwide, as a shield. Stop it. Just because you claim the name of Jesus Christ doesn't mean you're a Christian. Our Lord said there will be many who come to me on the day of the final judgment and say, Lord, Lord. And you know what Jesus will say to people like you, Chrissy Mayor, Jeremy Hambly, and Melanie Mack? Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. I never knew you. We don't claim you. Fuck off. Let's get into the show.
Okay, by the way, everyone, sub to the locals. Our I'm in the chat there. It's KinoCasinoClips.locals.com, and that helps support our editor. He's posting videos on Rumble, which people are downloading and posting on YouTube. So if you want to help him after Jeremy stole his family's money, by the way, baby, he's got a baby. Mm-hmm. And this motherfucker,
mind you, Chrissy Mayor will hide behind her baby as her excuse. And Hannah Claire, her baby is her excuse, and all this stuff. And Jeremy will hide behind his family, but he deprived a family man with a newborn child of his ability to provide. Okay. So when they say all this bullshit, you're going after my family, you're going after my family, just understand what they did to our editor's family. Fuck you. Thank God we have such a supportive community here that has come forward in droves to support our editor in this time of crisis.
It's just a
shameful situation.
So I'm doing extra streams there, and there's people it's like a chat there. It's really cool. So go sign up if you want to help support our editor.
Okay. It's time for the new Jer meltdown.
It's every day, by the way. That's every day.
So this is crazy.
Okay.
From these guys who are telling us they're the Christian, moral, righteous role models of the world. This is one of the most shameful and disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life. Such a shameless and pathetic grift that I don't even think Facebook mega boomer grandmas would even fucking fall for this shit.
Okay.
They would even find it distasteful. Listen to this. Listen to what he says here.
Okay. On a Charlie Kirk video.
Here from the recording, a massive win for Charlie Kirk yesterday. Smash that like button if he's staring down.
Oh my God.
Scumbag liar, retard alert, retard. Smash that like button if he's staring down from heaven. So if you don't hit his like button, there, then what is Charlie in hell? You've profited enough off of Charlie Kirk's death, you fucking scumbag.
Hang on 1 second.
What? And enjoying the fact.
Okay, it was doubled up from on your audio, but yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. Play it again.
Yeah.
Play it again.
Jeremy here from the recording, and a massive win for Charlie Kirk yesterday. Smash that like button if he's staring down
from. What if you don't? Is he in hell?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
No, but it's just so pathetic.
That's actually crazy.
It's so disgusting, buddy. We know by his faith in Jesus Christ that he's with his ultimate comforter, his ultimate mediator, his savior, Jesus Christ in heaven. We don't need to smash the like button as though the like button somehow will influence God's eternal judgment. For you to make such statements as these, you have no fear of a living and wrathful God. It's all just a big joke to you. It's all just a big grift to you to fucking milk for engagement and support. It's disgusting, Jeremy. We rebuke you in the name of the King of Kings, Jesus Christ. Shut your fucking pie hole.
And you remember last week, I showed you the clip of him on the Worst of Jer telling people, so animals were being abused. And he said, for every like, a dog will be saved from the abuse. How the fuck do you grift on dying animals, and now God. Oh, it's
in
Charlie
the state
Kirk
of Charlie Kirk's eternal soul. Like,
what?
This is so pathetic. This is the sort of thing you would see on Facebook. You remember the memes on Facebook where it's like, my child will like, and it's Jesus, and then Satan's like, my child will ignore. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? One like is one prayer.
Or it was like, oh, share this to 10 people, or Jesus won't look after the soul. And you're like, oh, I got to send this. Buddy, this is crazy. How the fuck is he? And look at him here, by the way. Folks, look at his face. This is the most pale looking fucking man. Look at him.
He looks sickly. He looks like he's dying. But this is the wolf in sheep's clothing that comes upon the devourer, that comes upon the sheep and the flock and devours them, that destroys them, that pretends that he's a Christian so that he can steal your money. That's what this is. Straight up.
Buddy, if he was like I bet you he wishes he was a straight up thief
he thinks,
at this
point.
By
the way, this is how low he thinks of you out there that are Christians and believers and that call upon the name of Jesus Christ as your personal savior. He thinks that you're stupid. He thinks that he can rob you blind. He thinks that he can grift in this shameless and transparent fashion, and you'll still support him from any and all attacks, no matter how degenerate or disgusting or depraved he will be, because he's a member of our tribe. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you were, you wouldn't act like this. What did Jesus say to us? We will know a tree by its fruits. This is not fruit of a plentiful and productive tree. This is the fruit of a diseased, rotten tree that is poisoning the flock. I rebuke Jeremy Hambley and his blasphemy. We'll rebuke Chrissy Mayor and her blasphemy, Melanie Mack and her blasphemy today. These people are fucked. This is God's wrath coming upon them. Let's be real.
Look at this, by the way, Ash. Look at this. At his hoodie here. He's lost one of the strings. What a fucking retard.
He's a bum.
Enjoying.
That's the worst thing he's done.
The fact that Tyler Robinson's desperate plea to get cameras blocked from the trial has been rejected.
Good.
What a fucking bum. He's
okay. So I just wanted to show that right off the bat, just to show people what we're dealing with when they cower behind the name of Jesus for their crimes. So for those of you who haven't seen it, Jeremy Hambley did a live stream back in 2020 or 2021. I forget when exactly, where he was going around a Renaissance fair, filming women's cleavage, making disgusting sexual comments in front of children. There were mothers at the event with their kids that pointed out to Jeremy, hey, my kids are here. This is a family event. And he didn't care. He just kept perving, making creepy comments, trying to film up women's skirts, down their shirts.
She has kids. She's down to fuck in front of the kids.
Filming women's feet, making creepy comments about their feet, etc., etc. Well, finally, Jeremy Hambley was brought to justice. The Ren Faire creeper. There's been wanted posters out there, wanted dead or alive for the Ren Faire creeper. Finally, he was captured and brought to justice, banned permanently for life from the Renaissance Fair. Oh, I don't know what happened there. If we zoom in, there we go. Jeremy Hambley has been permanently banned from entering the Bristol Renaissance Fair and or any Renaissance entertainment productions venue in any capacity. And they basically run all of the Renaissance fairs throughout the entire Midwest, like the one in Chicago, he's banned from as well. So he's now going to have to fly if he wants to go to any sort of Ren Fair of any sort of quality. And that's what he deserves. And this is one of his favorite things to do, by the way. This is something he does with his wife every single year. And he now has to explain to his wife why he isn't allowed to go with her to the Renaissance Fair, because they've put up a picture of his face at the front gate that says to the security guards, do not allow this man to enter. He is a sexual pervert. Okay? That's what Jeremy Hambley has reaped from his sowing. That's the fruit of Jeremy Hambley's rotten spiritual tree. And he gets what he fucking deserves. Doesn't it suck to get banned from something, Jer? Doesn't it suck to have something that you really enjoyed taken away from you?
I made one joke.
This may be the first thing taken away, but I assure you it won't be the last. And unless you change your ways, Jeremy Hambly, your eternal soul will be ripped from you and cast straight into the lake of fire where the flame is never quenched and the worm never dies. Everlasting punishment and suffering awaits you unless you go to rehab and fix your life.
Buddy, so he's going to be in hell. Let's be fucking real. Okay, here we go.
So YouTube has responded to our editor's tweet. Flaked put out nearly 1 month since the clip channel was taken down. And I still get this when I check YouTube Studio. Anyone else have to wait this long when requesting a review? It usually takes 2 business days. You see there in the appeal. By the way, what's up with YouTube's corpo slop art? Is that not a cock and balls? Look at it.
Wait, that's actually a dick and balls.
Is that not actually just a cock and balls? Like, holy. They're really showing us what they think of us, right, folks? But seriously, like there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. There's something that doesn't add up here, folks. Why has this appeal been frozen in limbo for a month?
One update. Look, they removed the arrows from Google Drive?
I know.
What the fuck? Made my job
Google
2 times harder. Okay, here we go.
Garbage.
It's Jared's fault. It's Quartering's fault.
YouTube said our team is taking a closer look to ensure we provide the best resolution. Thank you for your patience while we finish our review. So Quartering, realizing that he may lose everything because at this point, he's destroyed his entire career to simply take down a YouTube clip channel of somebody making fun of him. But he then comes in, please, baby Jesus, unban them. Surely the wrongful, unending harassment will stop after. They were not banned for harassment. It was ban evasion. So maybe YouTube was wrong. So basically what he's doing here is he's threatening once again that if we do get the channel reinstated, he'll then be flagging us for harassment. Is it harassment to rebuke a so-called Christian brother that's sinning against you and is clearly in the wrong? Because that's what this is. And listen, we don't attend church with this guy because let's be real, he doesn't actually attend church. He attends virtually from his couch while he lectures all the rest of us about what sort of media we're allowed to consume. Okay. But if we were, then we would go with 2 witnesses before the eldership and confront him with our grievances against him. But since he's not actually a Christian, we have to confront him with the tools available at our disposal. And the tools that we have available at our disposal is this platform at Kick, our voices, our eyes and ears to see what he's done wrong, and our voices to rebuke him for what he's done wrong. And apparently, if you mock and criticize somebody, it's harassment. Well, this is a completely different standard for harassment than Jeremy Hambly of the Quartering had for his entire career. He was going after people ruthlessly. Back in the day, every single one of Jack Murphy's tweets, he was dropping Jack Murphy's sex tape. The full thing on every single tweet. He did 200 videos on Brie Larson alone.
283. Okay? 283. By the way, Ash, the arrows are up here now. Let's fucking go. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat. Thank you, Indians, for moving it to this side. All right.
So this guy goes, it's my understanding they weren't ban evading. Am I wrong? And Quartering doesn't say anything. He's okay, then let them be restored. Okay.
Obviously, he got my channel banned 30 minutes before the main channel, before the clip channel was banned. Because he said that, I was banned, and then I linked my YouTube, and then he took that and got his YouTube rep to have it removed. Okay? So obviously, and by the way, I didn't own the channel.
Take down the clip channel.
I didn't own the channel either.
We didn't own the clip channel, and I'm still not banned.
Exactly.
So it's just complete fucking bullshit what's going on, and he knows it, but he has connections, he said. So he got it pulled. So there's Andy thanking Team YouTube for taking a look at the Kino Casino clip channel. Now, I know a lot of people have said, oh, you should sue YouTube or sue Google or sue Quartering or this or that. Listen, we're not going to be pursuing any sort of legal remedy until we actually go through the full appeals process with YouTube and actually get an answer. Because if we start launching litigation at this point in time, it could jeopardize the appeal. Ideally, what we would like is just to get our clip channel back.
That's it.
And for Jeremy Hambly to take some level of accountability for the things that he's done. That's really it. And all of this can come to a fucking end because it's getting crazy. And every day it gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And more people get affected. And Jeremy Hambly doesn't care because his precious ego is the most important thing to him. The most important thing to him is that he never loses face, that he's always seen as winning endlessly and never taking an L. I'm sorry, Jeremy, you have to take this L. You have to hold this L. Not just because it's obvious that you've lost at this point, but for the good of the broader community. And you will hold this L one way or the other. It's just going to get more and more painful the longer you delay. So I advise that you get down on your knees and apologize tomorrow and make this right. So Valerum says, have another drink, pal. Quartering says, so of they are unbanned, you will stay being a shitbag.
Yo!
We have a drunkard alert!
Let's go!
Drunkard alert! Drunkard alert!
Fireball stock going up, bud.
Buddy!
Fireball stock going up.
Holy!
I can't understand your drunken keyboard mashing.
Holy!
So if they are unbanned, you will stay being a shitbag? All right, Jer. All right. So of they. Oh,
okay.
My God.
So now we're going into Jer just seething.
So daily.
So Venti says Quartering is an alcoholic pill popper, and everything he says should be read with that in mind. Well, that is if you read it before he deletes his tweets. So for those of you who don't know, this guy every day or every other day starts melting down, threatening people, saying he's going to scalp people, take down channels, ruin careers, expose people, bitching and whining and crying. And then the very next day, or sometimes within the same hour, he deletes all of it and then pretends like it never happened. This is constantly happening. And it's happened like every single day for the last like 3 days straight. Every day. Okay.
Buddy. By the way,
So-
Kick, thanks for putting us on the front page too. Appreciate you, Kick. Thanks, Eddie.
Quartering then says he has nothing to apologize
And fuck
for.
you, Jer.
And get fucked. Have a nice day, though. Nobody, you have a lot to apologize for.
But why am I being attacked still? Weeks? Because
Well, he pretends to be completely oblivious to this whole thing. He needs to address it head on, or else this is just going to continue on and on and on. Because people aren't satisfied with you pretending that what we all see happening isn't happening.
Buddy, come the fuck on, dude. I'm not going to apologize. I wonder why they all hate me. Look at this, guys. By the way, this is still, I know it's like a thing where, okay, it's number one news in the world, entertainment, right? This, all weekend, this was updating, by the way, not on the For You. On the entertainment worldwide, it was Quarry, Melanie Mac, Chrissy Mayor, He is now trending worldwide number one or number two. He was beating I Show Speed, Ash. Quartering stuff was beating I Show Speed's final stream in Jamaica by four times the amount of
I'm sure
tweets.
it's all going to blow over by tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah.
He told us that this would have all blown over by the 4th of May. And he called it a tempest in a teapot. Some teapot. Some tempest, Jared.
My God.
Holy,
Come
buddy.
the fuck
Holy. So then, Jer, Like, I don't know what he thinks tweets like this are going to accomplish other than just fanning the flames and kicking the hornet's nest once again. Like, he seems to have the same train of logic that Darkside Phil has, where just one more statement, one more retcon, one more tweet, and suddenly everybody will understand and they'll stop making fun of him, you know? Like, this is the sort yeah, this is the sort of logic that you can only find at the bottom of the bottle of booze, you know? So Quartering says these grown men hanging on my every tweet, my every comment, my every video in desperate hope to be outraged are the fucking weirdest people on the planet.
Buddy,
are you kidding me? You were the butthurt Billy that cried that we were making fun of your garbage show, you pooping your pants, you having a Sky Bowl, a pizza bowl, etc., etc. You were the one that was completely ass blasted to the point where, drunk out of your mind, you started messaging the owner of Kiwi Farms and you decided that you were Don Cuckleone and you were going to make threats. And we had to remove all of our videos or you would get our channel taken down by your YouTube rep. You said all you needed to do was make one phone call. And sure enough, true to your word, we didn't take the videos down. You made that phone call and our channel went down. And now you are... if it isn't the consequences of your own actions, Jer, I don't know what to tell you, bud.
But Ash, to call us like outraged, to be outraged, your channel
in his mind,
is birthed on outrage.
The way that he exactly. Everything he does is, oh my God, the woke left and we're under attack. Blacks and Muslims and crime and this and that. Oh my God, guys, they changed the Marvel character. Oh, you know what I mean? Be outraged, be outraged. But he's trying to set up this framing. And the only thing this guy cares about, he doesn't care about the truth or anything. All he cares about is the frame. So the frame has to be everybody else is triggered, everybody else is angry. And it's like, I don't know. Do you not have a right to be angry if somebody breaks into your house and robs you? If somebody takes your livelihood away from you and threatens to make you penniless and take everything you have, do you not have a genuine right to righteous indignation and to call out that person for, oh, you're just triggered, bro? Well, you're the one who was triggered to begin with, Jer. So fucking stop the cope. He goes, holy fuck, dudes, I own you. You get that right. Jer, buddy. Just by the fact that you're making this tweet alone, it means that the detractors own you, that they're dominating you, and they're making you dance. They're milking you, buddy. You're a lol cow. It's a pathetic cult.
I own you, isn't it? I own you.
This is the
did Brie Larson own him when he made those videos every fucking day? When he
this is the classic lol cow cult. This is the stuff that DSP would say, or Chris Chan would say, Boogie would say, all the classic lol cow tropes. I'm actually rent free. You're obsessed with me, actually. You know, bro, it didn't work for them. It's not going to work for you, Jer. Sorry.
Look at this. Here we go.
Okay, that was, we watched that one.
There we go.
So, you know, this person is saying that Jeremy's addressed it, but he didn't explain what the oranges are for. And then Quartering says the oranges are for flavor. Now, mind you, Quartering has said that this is so serious, such a serious situation, that his wife lives in fear. But then he makes these jokey shit posts about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And he promised he wouldn't kick the hornet's nest anymore, even though he said it was so fun to kick the hornet's nest, even though his wife was living in fear and blah, 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 blah. But it's like he wants to create this illusion that he's unbothered, that he's chilling, that he's flourishing in his lane, when in reality, he's seething, melting down, shitting his pants, and making constant threats to other people to silence them. So if we go ahead, we'll see this comment that he's responding to, and then we'll go back. Oh. So he says, no, I don't think I will. And the Jolly here says, there's no recovering from this. Just end it. You have enough pills and booze at your house to go quietly into the long night. End it, Jer. And Jer's like, no, I don't think I will, bish. Now, mind you, he highlights stuff like this, and I wouldn't even be surprised if he made that post himself in order to paint all of his critics this way.
I'm being harassed. Look, I'm being threatened. Look. It's like, shut the fuck up. We want our channel back, and we hate you. Like, how?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. So here's Quartering's metrics. You know, he deleted 366 videos on Saturday night.
Wait, is he buying subs for Jeremy Hambly again?
Well, this is the Quartering channel, right? But these subscriber numbers and these viewer numbers are not organic whatsoever.
No, this is a Jeremy Hambly channel because it's 269K.
Is that so? On the Hambly channel, then he deleted 366 videos
because he has two whatever million. So
that's where he had all of these live streams set up. Yeah. So for whatever reason, he believes that he can delete all of these live streams and cover all of this stuff up. It's all already been archived, Jeremy. It's all already been archived, bro.
He's using the generalizer against us, by the way. He's using the generalizer to find all the stupid shit he said. And there's that.
And here we have Craig. I feel like I finally know what the oranges do. They apparently destroy careers.
I love him. Side scroller to shout out, man. Love him.
And then, Quartering comes in on Camelot. Camelot says 1 hour ago, the Quartering released a video about Mark Hamill panic deleting posts, whilst the Quartering is actively panic deleting all his videos and posts. I have never seen a lack of self-awareness so severe. And then Quartering goes, brother, the sheer amount of time you think about me is fucking creepy. I'm not interested in you. So was it creepy when you made the hundreds of videos about Brie Larson then, bud?
That's the thing, bro.
Was it creepy when you did all the videos about AOC or Joe Biden or Jack Murphy or whoever? Like, stop
you're
it.
A deep
this is a
platformer.
This is a standard that he doesn't apply to anything else, right? Yeah. But suddenly when it's him, he cries and cries.
But he did the number one sin that all creators have agreed silently to not flag each other. Not only did he do that and break that, he called his YouTube rep. Okay? Fuck you, Jer. You deserve more, actually. More. It will never end. Okay. Let's continue, guys.
Okay, so this is now where he decides to go after Friday Night Tights.
Genius,
if you watched our prior show about Chrissy Mayor, our Friday show, and what went down with her, the sweeping for Melanie Mack, pretending like she had no idea what was going on, you'll understand why this happened. But if you didn't, basically what happened is Chrissy Mayor knew right well what was going on with the Quartering. Nina Infinity had explained it to her publicly on a live stream 2 weeks prior and privately for, I believe, an hour after the stream, and had reached out to her in the hours before the stream and also informed her about the situation. But she went on with Melanie Mack anyway and pretended to not know anything about the situation, swept up any and all criticism, was answering super chats for Melanie Mack, and I believe at this point it was all an audition to join the Quartering and replace Hannah Claire Brimelow on the program because Hannah Claire Brimelow was on her way out. And she thought that she could get away with sweeping this up. She thought that she was going to make all of this money and then be able to double dip it by doing a show later on with Nina and Brittany and fence sit the whole issue and then get in Quartering's good graces and get hired. So this caused a massive fucking shitstorm for Chrissy and everybody associated with her. For those of you who don't know, there's a program called Friday Night Tights. It's probably the largest media criticism show on YouTube. I think that's fair to say.
And it's cool.
It gets like 20,000, 30,000 live viewers, hundreds of thousands of replay views on a regular basis. It features Nerdrotic. It features D-Day Cobra, Ryan Kinnell, Shattenberg. I mean, you can just read the list of names, or you might not be able to because how fucking pixelated and stuff
a fake wizard
deep fried.
Right? Over here, he's based. This guy, Little Platoon. Yeah, they're all
Chrissy
based.
Mayor is a regular contributor to this program. She's been on it for a long time now. Now, in the opinion of pretty much everybody, she contributes next to fucking nothing and is completely useless. She does her Lissa Mercante impression or her Frosk impression, which is typically very fucking cringe. You know what I mean? And she mostly just sits there in silence and tries to network and suck clout from the program, okay? But the people that are there like her and are friends with her, and she's a part of the show, right? Even though she doesn't really contribute anything of value. But what she decided to do was create a massive shitstorm of drama for herself and everybody involved in this show, because what's happening is this radioactive cloud that Quartering and Melanie Mack and now Chrissy Mayor have created is following everybody associated with it everywhere they go. And this is not a show for drama. This is not a show to litigate. Did you sweep for Melanie Mack? Did you sweep for Court? It's a show to talk about Marvel movies, to talk about Star Wars, pop culture and entertainment, and have a chill, laid-back vibe. Yeah. Nerdrotic Gary hates fucking drama. And to be fair to everybody on this show, they shouldn't have to deal with drama that they had no part in creating. Yeah. And so if Chrissy was to appear on this show, no doubt, dollars to donuts, there would have been 10,000 orange posters in the fucking chat, rightfully calling for Chrissy Mayor to be held accountable and be dunked on. And so Gary and the other members of the panel didn't want that. And so they asked her, hey, just don't come to work this week. By the way, this is not a new thing. This has been done several times before in the history of this program. This is how they handle drama. When you have heat on you, when you're bringing baggage to the table, it's not a place for that drama and baggage. Razor Fist, they dropped him for a while, but you know what? He was brought back onto the program. He took his lumps, and now he comes on from time to time. This is how they handle business over there. Yep. Well, Chrissy Mayor and Jeremy Hambly decided to throw a piss pants tantrum about this whole fucking situation and accuse these people who have been some of the biggest critics, the biggest champions against woke content that there has ever been on the platform. Against anti-woke. Holy fuck, I pulled a Hambly there. Some of the biggest champions against woke content on the platform, right? They had the balls to call these people woke leftist cancel mob communists.
Out of everyone on the platform, they're calling them woke for not wanting to be part of drama. And by the way, do you know why they don't want you on, Chrissy? Because you were defending someone who got people deplatformed with which...
Yes.
Like, that's what woke people do. That's literally... Oh, but now they won't let her on the show because they're woke. No, they are against deplatforming.
I just love, by the way, how Quartering and Melanie Mack and Chrissy are allowed to criticize whoever they want. But the moment they get criticized for anything, those people are SJWs and they're woke, right? So this was the statement that Friday Night Tights made. It took up the first 20 minutes of the program. I've slightly shortened it, but pretty much everything they said was very relevant, very on point. And for Jeremy Hambly to go to war with these people when they have the massive audience that they have, all of the money and viewers and support that they have, is just crazy, especially when he shares, and certainly has in the past, a huge percentage of his audience with these people. It's just a completely self-destructive maneuver. So let's have a look at what the Friday Night Tights panel had to say.
And remember, this all started, or it was bubbling up when Quartering shit-talked Good Jer and Nerdrotic, and I think someone else here. But anyway, this crew, for their views dropping, which was all bullshit, by the way, which is complete fucking
he
lies.
tried to say that the entire anti-woke space and everybody who was criticizing media, their views were down, their money was down, and it was dying. No, Quartering, it was your views and your money that was down. Yeah. And you tried to do a crab in the bucket, smear on these guys for God knows what fucking reason, just to excuse your own failure. It was pathetic. Pathetic stuff.
Now let's watch this. This is a great clip.
I guess we have to address the elephant in the room, the oranges.
The orange.
The 400-pound, 2 million subscriber elephant in the room.
Let's go. Good Jer. Good Jer's been on a fucking tear.
A righteous feltoning.
Him and Camelot are like volleying this motherfucker.
Let me just say, for you to be called out like that on this particular program, you have to have fucked up so bad. You have to have universally fucked up to where everybody disagrees with you and no one's on your side and you're completely radioactive and a disaster. Because this isn't a show about drama. They hate to talk about it. Yeah. But you've made it unavoidable, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. Is that the elephant?
That would be ultimately the cause of all this, wouldn't it?
So the false flagger, allegedly.
Allegedly, because we all know he did it. It's the same. It's the same thing as like, you know, O.J. Simpson saying, "If I did it," we all know you did it, motherfucker.
It's not
honestly,
alleged.
We all know.
It's not alleged. We saw the emails. He threatened it. It happened. Okay.
So allegedly, you know, I mean, he only just admitted it publicly in private.
Thank you.
Yeah, and in the DMs with Bearing, like, there's really no doubt anymore. Really.
Was there ever any doubt? Like, was there any doubt at any point?
No, really. Like, I think
I
think in a criminal trial, he would be convicted beyond any reasonable doubt, even before the admissions that he made to Bearing in DMs on Saturday night. Like, that's what I think, but who knows? Yeah. Maybe there's somebody out there who would believe that he didn't, but I don't think so.
But he apparently... The internet's just making shit up. So
I thought it was just a massive coincidence that all the people criticizing him got flagged.
No, it's just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence.
Sure, there's 0.001% of plausible deniability, I guess.
0.01%.
There's an email that nobody's seen yet that apparently has disappeared because you know what I did yesterday, guys? So
you people know what they're referencing here. Jeremy Hambly has his search bar up, as he often does, which leads to a lot of embarrassment for him. In his search history, there was an email from YouTube that said, "Thanks for your report." Now, Bearing and others have pressed him and said, "Will you produce that email?" And he says that the email doesn't exist. Well, obviously it does exist because it was in your search history, bud. But even if it didn't exist and we wrote that part off completely, you said you were going to call your YouTube rep and have our channel taken down for ban evasion. And then a few days later, the channel was taken down for ban evasion. And then coincidentally, all these critics of you are now getting taken down, strikes on their channel. Camelot's got 2 strikes on his channel at this point. And whether it's you directly doing it or people doing it because you've opened the floodgates and think they can get away with it, ultimately you are responsible for this situation, Jeremy, and you need to take some accountability for that.
I made sure I was prepared for this statement to make sure I watched Kino Casino. I did research before I decided to talk about something and find out what the hell's going on. And
trying to beat Ryan Kennel or something, getting all prepared.
I'll be fair, by the way, to follow all this is pretty tough. There's like, you have to watch about 17 hours of content.
I don't think it was that hard to follow up until this weekend. And then this weekend, it just hit a whole new level to where is my job to be doing this. Yeah. And I was trying to follow it every minute I could. Yeah. But even I couldn't, because I have to sleep at some fucking point. You know, I have to eat a lot of food to maintain this family
stuff this weekend. So I was like, it was tough.
It's just crazy.
I'm like texting Ashton every like 3 hours. What happened? I can't believe you're like, Andy, you won't believe it.
Once. Just once. So Chrissy's not on the show today. I had a talk with Chrissy yesterday. about the situation she inserted herself in, whether it was due to ignorance of the situation or not.
Which it wasn't. We're going to prove it wasn't. We're going to prove to you guys that she wasn't ignorant, that she knew the entire time. She was on a public stream with Nina Infinity where she was clued in. She was clued in private by Nina Infinity. Okay. She's admitted to Camelot in DMs that she did know, and she was taking advantage of the drama in order to bring in money and views. Okay. That's the reality of the situation. So she wasn't ignorant, but okay. They didn't know all of that at this time. Although, let's continue.
All right.
She's going to have to address on her channel. It is not anything I feel I need to answer for or will answer for.
No, he doesn't.
No.
I will say unequivocally, if I could pronounce the word, that I am against
We're all turning
false
into
flagging
Jer
in
today.
all of its forms.
I know. I fucked up some words. I'm like, God damn, I've been watching too much Jer.
Against even slightly hinting at false flagging that can cause more false flagging. I'm against stealing content. These are things I don't like. They are antithetical to everything we do. Authenticity and integrity is all we have. And when that is in when that is in question, that's a big fucking problem.
I gotta say,
that's a big problem.
Exactly.
So
if you know Nerdrotic at all, the fact that he's saying this much, normally it would be one sentence, if that. When he goes on for about 3 minutes about you fucked up so badly. And what's crazy is it's all like this gaslighting that she did nothing wrong. All of these excuses, just excuse after she broke down into tears at one point, Chrissy, rather than just admit that she fucking lied.
After lying, and by the way, it's like your a dad passed away. That's very sad. Obviously, we're not against your dad dying. That's crazy. But 3 years later, our editor had his channel removed, and it felted us. It's it's not about this at all. What are you talking about? Tragedy happens to all of us, by the way. You know that, right, Chrissy? You fucking dumb bitch.
We'll get there when we get there.
I spoke to Chrissy yesterday, told her the situation, and she has decided to address it on Sunday on her channel.
She didn't address it.
I think that's
it was
a wise
disaster
move because it's not something that's going to get addressed here.
It was not, in fact, a wise move.
It would just be
honestly, she was better off not doing anything than what she did on Sunday. What she did on Sunday was the most shameless, disgusting gaslighting and sweeping I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Well, I think it's a wise move to address it. I think it's a terrible move to wait 3 or 4 days.
I agree.
Yes. Waiting 4 days? You should go instantly. Hey, Melanie, your boss did this. I looked into it. I can't defend this at all. Sorry. Bye.
She went around and lied to all these different creators about this situation too. So many of them, including people on this panel, I know for a fact. It's just crazy. All she had to do was come out and say, look, Melanie Mack was my friend. I didn't want to screw her over. I wanted to protect her. I lied to protect her. I swept to protect her. I realized that was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. And, just throw them under the fucking bus and say, fuck them. What they're doing is wrong. And she would have been fine. We still would have shat on her for lying in the first place. But to then double down on the lies when they're provable lies, that we have video evidence that contradicts your lies, is crazy work, Chrissy.
Yep.
And to throw your father and your child under the bus to excuse it is crazy.
But how does that excuse? Okay, anyway, let's keep going because there's a lot, or we'll never end today's show.
On with Camelot, because Camelot, I guess, is going to have her on and try to break everything down. And she, whatever. She, I don't know her business.
Which, by the way, he never hopped on. And that never happened. Yeah.
Well, because as you're going to see in the Chrissy segment, and it was so tough to lay this out because the Chrissy stuff I was so mad about as it was happening. And I just wanted to cover it immediately. But Quartering's meltdowns were so insane, and he's the main character in this arc that he truly has to be covered first. But the stuff with Chrissy is truly fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
And the gaslighting. And by the way, that girl who wasn't even like, who had no idea what was happening, that blonde girl who just sat there, even she was like, I don't know what's happening. All I'll say is quartering. I haven't watched them in years.
You guys know, Chrissy got to the point where she used Mother's Day as an excuse.
Yeah, she liked a
saying
tweet
that Venti,
yep.
which was obviously a troll that was not in sincerity defending her. Where she said, "Can you believe Venti had the gall to attack you on Mother's Day?" I'm a mother. How could you do this to me on Mother's Day?
Oh yeah. Ooh. So yeah, defend flaggers. Yeah.
Maybe she couldn't make it or whatever, but you know, this is a situation that needs to be addressed as soon as possible. And on the internet, 24, 48 hours is a fucking eternity.
Yeah.
And
not it's like a month. It's like a month has passed.
And by the way, like, had she brought me on last night, undoubtedly she would have been totally felted, right? But it would be over with. You know, the Band-Aid would have been ripped off. But now the narratives have changed so much more in the last 24 hours that I need to be honest, I'm not going to give her an opportunity to defend herself because it's indefensible at this point. Like, I'm not going to go on that fucking show that's a total rigged circus game to make her thousands of fucking dollars.
Yeah,
like,
no,
thank you.
Read specific super chats that are against
She was cherry picking the super chats to try and create this revisionist narrative. Mm-hmm. She was retconning in real time, gaslighting Venti that the whole chat was against her and all the super chats were against her, when there was over 5,000 people in that chat and 99% were on Venti's side and 99% of super chats were calling out the sweeping and calling out Chrissy, but she selectively read super chats from her hand-picked group of simps to fuck over Brittany Venti so that replay viewers would be gaslit. And by the way, she disabled the live chat. You can't view the live chat from that stream because she wants people who go to watch it to think that everybody was on her side, which they weren't. It's so dishonest and so disgusting. And I've just had it with Chrissy. Fuck Chrissy. She's a cunt. She deserves to be burned at the stake.
And by the way, I want to say this. Brittany Venti, fucking props to her. I know it's tough. It was her friend. And she just was trying to find some way to reason with her friend who was lying to her. And she held her ground and was pissed off after. Her show after was amazing, by the way.
Chrissy Mayor made something like $2,600 in super chats.
Yeah.
And basically scammed all of them. Didn't read any of them. Took the money and ran and didn't do a makeup stream tonight to read them because she's hiding. Because she knows that she's fucked and she's been caught in a massive web of lies and she's burning all of her bridges. And the only option she has now is what she wanted all along, which is to go work for Jeremy Hambly. Well, I hope that Jeremy Hambly has the money you think he has, because I don't think he does. I think that show is dying pretty soon, Chrissy. So I don't know why you chose to snake this show, Friday Night Tights, to go work for Jeremy Hambly, but that's your decision. Okay, I hope you're happy with it.
I bet you he manipulated the same way he does with everyone else. How much money and how much riches and the views. Look, 70,000 watching live. 5 people in chat, by the way. Come on. But yeah, shout outs to Brittany for holding strong on this because I know it's a shitty situation.
Seeing it ASAP it's just going to make it even worse. But it is what it is on that.
Ultimately, Gary, what you said, you know, this stunning and brave stance of I'm against false flagging, I'm against stealing content.
I'm against bad things.
I'm against things that are bad. Puppies.
Yes,
I'm against. It's the easiest statement to make, right?
Yes, it is.
This is as content creators in every space, political, gaming, entertainment, Minecraft YouTubers, whatever fucking content people are making, naked yoga, makeup stuff. The one unifying rule that binds us all is you don't false flag channels. You don't take channels away. You don't try to flag people for revenge or get them demonetized because you never know when that's going to be weaponized and turned around on you, especially with all the shit you see going on right now.
Well, and how often has it been done to right-wing creators and anti-woke creators by the left, by the woke people? How often has it been done to us? Let alone we're doing it to each other. And that's what Jeremy doesn't understand. It's like being a snitch in prison. You know, it's like going to the cops in prison and snitching on your fucking cellie. Like, that's what he did. And he doesn't realize how bad it is.
But Ash, we say it's about a snitching, right? But it's not, because the thing he snitched about wasn't even real. It's like telling the cops.
It's abusing connections. Yeah, it's like planting false evidence on somebody and then calling the cops. Like you plant a kilo of coke in some guy's car and then snitch to the cops
on them.
Yeah, that's essentially what he did. Yeah,
it's like worse than snitching. Like fuck.
And this is not a drama channel, right? We've mentioned it in passing the past couple of weeks because it's impossible not to mention. But all of us here have made it crystal clear that we stand against that. Very stunning and brave.
Can I add one to the list as well? Like generally running cover for people who do all of those things is also bad and you shouldn't do it.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if those people are your friends. Yes. Being friends with someone does not mean that you run cover for them and excuse absolutely everything they do and try to massage their reputation. Being friends with someone means that if they're doing something which is extremely wrong and unwise, you tell them that they're doing something extremely wrong and unwise, and you try and correct their behavior.
Like this, these are reasonable, common sense takes.
It's not even like extreme or crazy or
no, these are the easiest layup takes in the world. This is how wrong Jeremy and Chrissy and Melanie are. But they refuse to address any of this stuff. They bury their heads in the sand. They pretend like none of this is going on. And then if they are forced at gunpoint, basically, to address it, they gaslight, they deflect, they lie. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes,
that too.
Years ago, there was a creator that is no longer part of Geeks and Gamers that was part of the team. This person told me that they flagged down someone that was going after them. I told this person in a private phone call, I said, I'll protect you from being a racist, a sexist. I'll protect you from anything.
It wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me.
It wasn't.
You could say all you want, but
Ryan, I was like, I will stand with you on anything that you say, but I will not stand with you if you are false flagging a channel. I say that all to say that if you are truly a friend of someone that is caught up in this, being a friend is telling that person that they have fucked up big time.
Agreed.
And that's not happening.
This is the sad situation is I don't think that Jeremy Hambly of Wisconsin, the quartering, has a single friend in this whole world to tell him, bro, you fucked up. You got to stop. Like the closest he had was like Bearing. The closest he had was Bearing, but obviously he doesn't view Bearing as his friend. Like he views Bearing as beneath him. And so there's nobody who can actually shake this guy to reality and stage an intervention for him. And so he's just gonna keep spiraling and continue making insane, irrational decisions.
We'll say this after on the Bearing section. But you know what's crazy? The way he's like, I hope the 60,000 views were worth it. Like trying to insult Bearing's view count. It's like Bearing made a video
higher
after
than his views.
It's higher than exactly. It's higher than Jeremy's views now. But Bearing made that video because you lied to him, wouldn't respond to him, hid away, and he was trying to be and he was in good faith, rationally explaining to you why what you were doing was wrong. And you still backstabbed him. And then you're like, oh, I hope the views were... Shut the fuck up, Jer.
Shockingly enough, from fake Christians on the internet not wanting to be honest with people behind the scenes, apparently.
Yep.
Fuck off.
And also, like, as bad as the false flagging is, I think stealing content is about as egregious as that.
No.
Yeah, so this is a compounding issue. You reckon?
No, getting someone's channel removed is way worse.
It's for sure... removing then stealing
content. It's way worse.
Stealing
is second. It's second.
It's like getting someone taken down doesn't just affect them, but it creates an entire platform of everyone hitting each other because now it's allowed.
Yep, and
it is like nuclear
happening.
weapons.
It just becomes free fire.
This Peru, by the way,
and that's what's been happening. Whether the channel that instigated this did it themselves or just started a fury of false flagging, it's happening. I saw a channel today. So,
it's nearly every day. It's nearly every day that somebody who makes fun of Jeremy Hambly gets a video taken down, gets a strike on their channel.
Yeah, like I would say it's every 6 hours at this fucking point.
Enough is enough. It really is.
Yep.
Right. We talked about allegedly, and you watch all these videos, you see the email. It's I think I know what happened there, but it doesn't matter because of the statements that Jeremy made about having the power to take it down, threatening to take it down, all that stuff. So regardless of whether he actually pushed the button or it was somebody that he like told to, basically, it's like that's what happened. And until we're honest about that, until he's honest about that, and until he does something to try to.
It's got to be honest. Like, how can you paint these guys as like insane trolls, cyber bullies, drama mongers? You can't. These are guys that run like a media show and are just giving the most reasonable, level-headed takes possible. And the smear job that Quartering's doing, painting them as communist agents and woke leftists and a cancel mob, like that's not going to work either. Like, rather than actually addressing the arguments that these guys are making, which he can't because they're correct, instead it has to be these deflections and this crying and this coping. It's very sad stuff.
Yep.
Make it right. Get a contact at YouTube to help, whatever it might be. There is nothing else. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah. And so it's for those that might be confused, there's a lot of stuff out there.
If you might be confused, it's because you're not spending every moment on the internet. So you should think you should be very
guys be here all the time, 24/7. You have to read everything.
Yes. But I see someone in the chat that apparently got ignored the other day, Brittany Venti. You should check some of her content out because she's been on point with covering it. The whole chat was screaming, "Bring Venti on Chrissy and Mel."
I know it's later, but the gaslighting on the lies
next level.
Where she's like, "Oh, but I didn't have enough time." But you told people that there was no message. So you made Brittany look really bad, Chrissy, and you're not going to be sorry about that? Sorry, we'll get there, but fuck, that enrages me, dude.
On your stream, it was fucking awesome. It felt like the attitude.
I'm sorry you feel this way for making Brittany look terrible for a second until we exposed it all, obviously.
It felt like people were calling for Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin, man. It was like, Venti. And Chrissy apparently said on that stream, she's like, well, I've tried to reach out to her and I haven't heard anything. And that's not quite what was going on from what I understand. I don't know all the details of that, but I know Brittany has responded to that.
Yeah.
And ultimately, there's a lot of disingenuousness going on from that stream. And that's the one thing that we're not about. We're about transparency, being honest. And shockingly enough, Gary, I was told that everybody on Friday Night Tights was all on the same page and we had talking orders from you, but apparently this proves that's not the case.
I was told ultimately when your job is on the internet, when talking about people and things on the internet is your job, it is your responsibility to stay up to date on some of this stuff.
Yes.
And if you're going to have someone like Melania, and
well, especially if you're an anti-woke creator.
Like, you can't book a guest and know nothing about what's going on with the guest, but you did know the entire time, and you've admitted to Camelot and DMs that you knew the entire time, and publicly you were educated on the whole thing by Nina Infinity 2 weeks before the stream and in private multiple times, and so it's just bullshit, and you're a disingenuous liar.
This is not like, you said you're not mad at it, Jeremy. I'm not mad at all. But it's like, if you're going to have, somebody who's in the middle of something big, and that's what's going on with Melanie right now, obviously, you have to be aware of that. And you have to know that your audience is going to ask things or want to know things. And you have to make a decision of how you're going to handle it, whether you're going to address it, whether you're not going to, or what's going to happen. That's all part of our jobs, and being YouTubers
Very
or whatever.
reasonable.
It comes with a lot of perks and a lot of awesome things. We can work from home, all this stuff. It also comes with it, like, you have to be aware.
You can't even do the most basic due diligence possible.
Or at least, if you don't know about it, when you see 1 million people in your chat explain it, you have to go, hang on, what's happening?
And you know what I mean? And you can't just sweep it the whole time. Like, this is crazy.
You have to at least go, wait, what?
Chrissy knew, and she just wanted that money. That's the truth. And it's all coming out tonight. And I wish it could come out right now, but there's so much with quartering we have to get to first.
Yeah, exactly.
Of your audience and what they're going to feel about shit. You can't just ignore them and or push off their concerns or say it's just leftists attacking Christians or nod your.
This leftist thing is the funniest. Like their attacks are, it's actually so funny.
You want to just keep playing this? I'm just going to go take a piss quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Head along with somebody who's saying it's just leftists attacking Christians when I feel like that's not the case.
And I'll say this.
But because you know what? Jeremy is so used to like using it's a leftist. My coffee's not selling because the leftists. My views are down because the leftists. I'm shadow banned. He's so used to using that excuse for any time he's been fucked over or he thinks he's been wronged. But now he's using it against literally anti-woke people. Sorry, it doesn't work that way, bro.
In the event, because of the subject matter that we're talking about, in the event
I missed him already too.
Stream goes away, we're on Rumble.
Bye, everyone. Sub to the locals. I'll be doing extra streams this week. It helps support our editor. I see a bunch of new followers there, guys. Thank you so much. Let's fucking go. Thank you.
We're on Rumble.
We're here for 10 hours tonight, folks. I don't know what to say.
Well, and honestly, as much as that might feel like a meme, it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy to put that out there. And that is why the situation is so bad. This is not just a coincidence right now. Some weird shit is going on. And the person that put all of that negative energy out in the internet.
Oh, he almost said, did you hear that? Listen.
On. And the person that put all of that negative.
Whoa. Okay. Just going to say.
The energy out in the internet.
Nice catch.
Has failed to address it in the same way. The same way he put that negative energy out there, he has failed to address it with that same energy. And that has created a fucking firestorm right now.
The Streisand effect.
Buddy, this is beyond this. I think the Streisand effect should now be updated to the Hambly effect. Honestly.
Effect. We've talked about it a lot. And listen, when your brand is based on criticizing things.
That's the thing too, like the harassment. I mean, we could just repeat the same points over and over and over and over and over.
All things. You need to
be quarter pounder effect. Exactly.
Be able to take it no matter what. It's not like we don't have channels and detractors.
The bull effect.
Dream of stopping them. Go ahead. You deserve your say. Everybody deserves their say on this platform. And that's why false flagging is like snitching in prison. It's just something you don't fucking do.
Again, like this is beyond snitching in prison. This is you lied about another prisoner doing something to have them like put into like the maximum.
And Kino Casino, their clip channel needs to be restored.
Yes. Could we look, guys? Please, YouTube, just fucking. How are they not figuring this out yet? Who the fuck is searching? Like it's easy. It's simple. All the evidence is there showing it was fucking bullshit.
Needs to be restored now.
Tell him, Worski. Tell him.
Fuck.
I talked to Worski.
Play after his bathroom really bad.
All right, go.
About it. He said he doesn't have much hope, but I hope it's returned because for one, his editor got all the money from it. Their editors got all the money from it.
Yeah, they own the channel.
And this would have gone away by now if these things didn't happen.
Yeah,
if it would
have just been limited to us, by the way. Also
struck down after Jeremy Hambly publicly and privately, and then it became publicly stated he was going to do that. So it doesn't really matter what happened. The internet is going to perceive that Jeremy did it, and it's up to Jeremy Hambly to clear his name convincingly, which he hasn't done yet.
He can't,
and now this shit is at my door, which I don't appreciate at all, and neither do my co-host. But we will be happy.
I do
to talk about.
I appreciate it.
Days. You gotta love
totally fine with it.
Like, he's so fucking solid, folks.
PPP said last night that we were, we might just ignore it and talk about the next bad Marvel movie.
I would be.
We're going to talk about it and then talk about the next bad Marvel movie.
Hold on. So PvP of all people would be mentioned on Friday Night Tights. It completely unthinkable concept even just a couple months ago. In all reality, I should never be discussed on a show this big, this influential. And I have to give huge props to Gary, to Nerdrotic, to everybody on the panel for actually properly addressing this and doing the right thing. Like, I can't find any fault in what they did here whatsoever. And, you know, I was worried, like, when I went to go play this clip, I'm like, here we go. But it was actually so fucking solid. I was so happy. Honestly, I was so happy.
I
had to give them props.
And I went, wow, they went over every fucking point. And by the way, Goodjer, I know you were asking why you're called Goodjer. And Ryan was right. It is because, you know, there's bad.
It's by default.
It's by default, is what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Well, you could just call him normal Jer, okay Jer.
Or just Jer.
You know, but you know what? I think he deserves good Jer because I'll be honest, nobody at that level, like of that subscribership, has ever actually reached out to me personally, and he did.
Yeah.
And what he said to me, I really appreciated, and he is actually solid as fuck. And I would vouch for good Jer 100%.
Oh, yeah. I got a bunch of DMs from people and like other people in other sectors of the internet. And everyone's been fucking so cool about this, honestly. For real. For real. Respect.
Hold on. We're still doing that.
We're not doing that. So, again, I would direct everyone to Chrissy's channel to see what she has to say.
Oh, boy. God. That was kind of a mistake.
She's got some friends.
Literally anything would have been better than what she did. She should have just shut her fucking mouth and left the internet for a month. Seriously.
Yeah, it came back.
Holy fuck.
Wait, what?
Brittany, if Brittany's in the normal drama, this isn't somebody calling Jeremy gay.
Exactly.
Which he is.
Is it normal?
When he's saying that, it's a disaster, fucking evil Jer. It's a disaster, Cornering. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Oh, man. He's gay.
This isn't somebody calling Jeremy gay, which he is.
Chrissy, you should be angry at Hambly for the fact that all of that energy came to your chat because he has silenced every fucking critic from his chat on Rumble and YouTube. So the reason that they bombarded you
is
no
because he outlet for this. Had Quartering actually properly addressed this stuff, like in a video or an actual live stream, it may have went away by now. But because there's no outlet for it, the pressure just keeps building and building and building. People get more and more pissed off. And then you wonder why people come in there and just fucking smite you like that. It's all Jer's fault.
Well, it's not only that. And then you have someone who sweeps for the person. So now it's like, no, hang on. We're not doing that here. And that's what happens. Yeah, exactly.
So they came there because they don't have a voice to say it any other place that Melanie is on his streams. So that's why they came to your chat. So if you want to be mad at anybody, don't be mad at the casino. Don't be mad at the chat. Be mad at Hambly for pushing all of that negative energy towards you because he has banned every fucking body.
Well, that's the thing. He's banning, he's blocking, he's saying you're woke, you're a leftist, you're this, you're that. Bro.
Even super chatters get banned for asking him how his weekend was.
Yes.
It's crazy.
We got Matt Jarbo being more respectable than Hambly before GTA 6, okay? How was everyone's weekend? Wait, no, we've already done that.
The best thing he's done so far is he's told his mods to ban any of that question, but once he did genuinely ask people how were their weekend, they answered and then they got banned.
And then they got banned, So, very righteous statement from all of the panelists on Friday Night Tights. It went above and beyond any of my expectations, honestly, because, they didn't have to go on for 20 minutes. They could have, Gary could have just said what he said at the beginning for 3 minutes and then moved on. But, you know, they went in on the whole situation. They properly addressed it. And guess what happened? All of the orange posters and all of the people who were angry dissipated. They fucked off and they let them do their normal show. Wow. Imagine that. When you actually have respect for the audience and address their concerns in a proper way, you don't get pelted with oranges and hate. Take notes, Chrissy. Take notes, Jer. You fucking dummies.
You know? And you're putting, and by the way, you're putting this in other people's like shows. You know, like, don't you understand that you guys did something and are doing something that is vile and everyone is angry? Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
Fuck, we're almost 3 hours in already.
I know.
And like,
we got nothing.
It's such a shame that the vast majority of you probably won't be here for the Chrissy stuff.
It
really is,
me.
But we're going to try and go through this as fast as we can and cover as much as we can now, okay?
Yeah.
So quartering comes out. He would be better off to say nothing, right? Because he shares a lot of audience overlap with the people on this show. But of course, he has to pipe up, run his dick liquor, and make everything worse for him and everyone associated for him. So a show full of anti-woke. Are you really going to tell us that D-Day Cobra and Nerdrotic aren't anti-woke? Or is that really what you're going to say here? Stop. If they aren't, then who is? And who made you the gatekeeper, Jeremy? Who made you the no true Scotsman to anoint and decide the arbiter of who's anti-woke and who's not? Fuck you. Banned. No, they didn't ban one of the co-hosts. They told the co-host, take your fucking drama elsewhere, sort out your drama, and come back. Just like they've done with plenty of other people in the past. This is not exclusive to her or exclusive to you or some evil thing they're doing, some grievance or grudge. This is how they handle business on that show, okay? For daring to interview someone they don't like. So disingenuous.
Come on!
So had Chrissy Mayor in any way pushed back on any of what Melanie was doing, provided some decent questions, follow-up questions about it, just held her accountable to a basic standard, this wouldn't be happening. If she didn't feign ignorance when she fully knew, this wouldn't be happening. Okay? To pretend it's because it's by association or it's interviewing someone they don't like. By the way, most of the people on this panel like Melanie Mack and have worked with Melanie Mack in the past. This isn't a personal grievance against Melanie Mack or against you, okay? This is, you've been acting fucking crazy, creating all this drama. One of their co-hosts on the show got involved in the drama and they didn't want it to derail their entire show. So they put her in a timeout, which is their fucking right to do so. So then they literally use language like, she has to educate herself. Holy fuck, man. They fought SJWs so long. They became them. And the sad thing is, people will support this. No, they're not SJWs.
If Jer had Anita Sarkeesian on and didn't press her, would people not be against Jer the same way they're against Chrissy?
They were. So if you remember in the past, Jeremy planned to bring Frosk on and give Frosk a softball interview. Remember?
Yes.
Jeremy was going to go glaze fucking Frosk, and Yellow Flash called it out and was like, what the fuck? You can't do this.
Oh my God,
you can't do that. And then eventually Jeremy caved and canceled the interview because it was going to be a fucking disaster. Okay.
Speaking of, you know what's funny is everyone's now demanding that they replace Chrissy with Frosk. Have you seen this?